How should your communication strategy adapt for this new economy? That's the question most of our clients are asking us, and we are designing strategies for them which work in this new economy and this the new structure of the economy. And I found an interesting paper, an HBR Harvard Business Review paper, which brings out some interesting points in a different way, which I thought would be interesting for you to understand. How do you sell, how do you communicate in this new economy, what should you be doing, how should you be segregating customers, how you should segment them. Things which we do almost every day at Atharva Marcom, and to when we design communication strategies for our clients. So, How to Market in a Downturn is the paper by John Quelch and Catherine Jocks, and it's been published in Harvard Business Review, and it's an extremely interesting paper about how do you use the current scenario and segment your customers in a different way based on the fact that there is a large recession or a downturn in demand. And they have divided their customers into 4 groups: slam on the brake segment, the pained but patient, the comfortably well off, and the live for today. The slam on the brake segment is actually the most vulnerable and the hardest hit financially, and this group reduces all kinds of spending by eliminating, postponing, decreasing, or substituting purchases. And though all the lower income customers generally fall in this segment, even higher income groups can be in this segment sometimes, particularly if the health or income circumstances change. And the pained but patient are the ones who still have their jobs but are being cautious in terms of their spending. And they, but if news gets worse, the pained but patient customers or consumers, they increasingly migrate into the slam on the brake segment. The comfortably well off are the ones who feel secure about their ability to ride out the current and future bumps in the economy. They consume at near pre-recession levels, and though now they tend to be a little more selective. This segment consists primarily of people in the top 5% income bracket. It also includes those who are less wealthy but feel confident about the stability of their finances. And the live for today segment, they just carry on as usual. For the most part, remain unconcerned about savings, and the consumers in this group respond to the recession mainly by extending their timeline for making major purchases. And now, regardless of which group the consumers belong to, even now they have segmented products into 4 categories. And they have products include which are like essentials necessary for survival, treats whose indulgences whose immediate purchase is justifiable, postponables, items which can be reasonably put off, and expendables which are perceived as unnecessary or unjustifiable. And then what they have done is that they have plotted these in 4 customers and 4 products or consumption patterns into a chart, and they have given you a prediction about the risk of sales downturn in this chart. So if you are in the slam on the brake segment, for the essential products, they will seek lower cost product and brand substitutes such as private labels. For the treats, they will deeply reduce or eliminate treats or seek lower cost substitutes. For the postponables, they will put off all durable purchases, and expendable, they will eliminate purchases. The pain but patient category, again, for the essentials, they will seek out favorite brands at lower prices but settle for cheaper, less preferred alternatives. For the treats, they will cut back on some frequency The postponables, they will delay major purchases, and expendables, they will deeply curtail expendables. The comfortably well off are the doing the best. They will continue to buy their favorite brands at the pre-recession levels. They will be more selective, but they will be more selective in purchasing luxuries, and they will seek better quality for the price and negotiate harder at the point of sale. And the live for today will continue to buy the essentials. They will continue to buy the treats, but they may buy if there's a great deal in postponables, and they may be reluctant in regard of any other category. So this is an interesting chart of where your product is and where your target market is, and how your target market is doing, and what kind of behavior you are likely to see by this target market, depending on what kind of product you have. Um, Now, how do you market in this scenario? Again, check your product, check your target segment of consumers, and see where you fit in. So if you are in the slam on the brakes and essential product, then you can emphasize price. You can hit wallet-friendly retail price points, offer smaller sizes of the product, expand retailer private labels, and promote low-cost value products, introduce fighter brands. The treats, you shrink your sizes, hold prices down, advertise as you deserve it, and so on. And I'll let you to I'll leave you to read through this chart, which is an excellent chart in how do you market in this recession. So decide where your product is, and decide where your target market is and how they are doing, and then look at the box which where you can where you get almost a mantra for how do you market in the recession. But between all that, one of the things that they are emphasizing is that not to reduce your communication, public relations, and marketing, but actually be more strategic. And I think and this is not from the paper. This slide is my perspective is that you can have a great communication strategy in these more times can actually be more cost effective. It can be more precise. For instance, if you go on cost effective, for instance, using tools like podcasts, using tools like webinars, using tools like blogs, you can actually reduce your cost, but still continue to target and convince and convert your existing segment. Also, being precise, you can be more precise in terms of the latest web tools give you excellent targeting in terms of age, in terms of hobbies, every possible angle that you can see. Content marketing, it's king. Content is king. It's said many times. It is what people are using really to reach out to their customers, because people have got fatigued of typical advertisements. And the last, which I have emphasized many times with my clients, and they have found it very useful, is help them understand the why. What I mean to say, help them understand the why, is that they need to understand why you are in this target segment, or why you are doing what you do. If you're an artist, if you are a fitness instructor, if you have a product, if you're a software company, why did you get into that? What was the motive behind it? What was the passion behind it? If you get that out more, it is even more effective in terms of helping customers understand you, because while products may seem similar, individuals are never similar. So, and people buy from individuals, not so much from companies. So help them, especially for SMEs and medium enterprises, let people understand your passion.
So that was an interesting perception, and if you want, you can read the complete paper. It is available online. If you can't find it, write to me at kmundrey@gmail.com, and I will send you a link to the paper so that you can read it in its original state. Meanwhile, if you are interested in designing a integrated communication strategy for your product or yourself, in case you're an individual or an SME, talk to us, and we at Atharva Marcom would be more than happy and willing to help. So let us know what you thought of this. I hope it seemed as interesting to you as it seemed to me. So thank you for listening, and see you next time.